Okay, hello, and we are back to my blue journals, and today we're going to have a go at popping the signatures in both of them. So I've got, my desk is a mess because I've got everything here. I'm hoping everything here that I need. So we've got two journals. We've got the soft cover and we've got the hard cover. I'm going to do the hard cover today, I think, at the moment, and then we'll go from there. So what I am looking to do is, this is my space here for my hardcover. Now I'm going to struggle, I think, to get an eyelet in here, but we'll try and give it a go, see what happens. So I've got 3.5 centimetres. So if I say, let me get my pen that disappears. If I say 0.5 centimetre in there, and then 0.5 centimetre in there, yeah, so if I say that there would be there, just trying to work this out at the moment, that would be there. So if I said 1 centimetre in, I'm trying to work out how much space I want to put either side. It's lethal, honestly. Let's say we've got, let me use this, 3.5 centimetres is what we've got to play with. I'm probably doing this the wrong way around, but my brain just won't work with math today. So that's my 3.5 centimetres. If I fold that in half, and I was going to do structure to these videos, but I think I'm just going to go with what I do at the time. So no solid structure to it, you know. Okay, so that is our halfway space. And what I'm going to do is go halfway again. Yeah. And halfway again. Okay, so that's the easiest way for me, I think, at the moment, is I've just folded this, cut it to the size, folded it down the middle, and just give myself 2 equal places. It gives me a bigger chunk in the middle section, but again, that'll let the journal grow, so I'm not overly concerned about that. I'm now just going to, if I can get it in here, I need to cut out, and this is the problem, I've made the spine so thick that I'm going to struggle to get this in here. And I want these to be, the eyelets to be as close to the top as I can, because otherwise you struggle with journal pages bending. I know you're probably saying take it off and do it, but I wanted to because I've actually got this in here now, and I'm going to struggle to get it back in. So it's easier for me to just do it this way. Okay, so that's the one. Like that. And then we'll do the other side. Again, if I can get this in. And I'm doing it as close as I can to the top and bottom. But the other thing, obviously, to be aware of is you're putting an eyelet in and you don't want to compromise the top or the bottom. So you need to leave enough space so that you're not going to kind of end up with a hole too close to the top and it starts to break and come apart, you know. So I'm glad it went through because I really was concerned that that wasn't going to happen, just because of how thick I've made them. So let's get some of these, and I also want the base pieces. Clever. I think I'm going to have to get the big boy out for this one. Okay, so what have we got as our bottom? Okay, so I'm going to pop this in here, like that. It's not going to let me put the and then same with that one. Sorry, everything's shaking. wanted a little pop, so I might have to go back over the others. Okay, so that should be done. I'm not 100% happy though, so I'm just going to go back over this. And back over these two. Okay. Well, so to do this one, I'm going to use elastic. And I'm going 3 times the size of what I'm working with. I won't need that much, but I just want to have enough. So I don't want the elastics going down the side of this one. What I do want is there to almost be a bit of a double. So I'm popping the elastics in both of these, and that is what you'll actually end up seeing rather than have the elastics go down here. So the way I'm going to do that is take the elastic down the length of the inside, pop it through the first hole and pop it back through the second hole. And that there then will give me my elastics. Now, I don't want it to be too tight, but I don't want it to be too loose that it comes apart. So at the moment, I'm pulling it so it's just a little bit taut. So it's got a bit of a snap to it. And then I'm going to tie a quick knot in here. Like that. And I'm going to leave these just for now to make sure I don't need to make any adjustments, but as it stands, that's where we are. Now you can move this if you don't like it in the middle of the page, right down to the bottom. So it's kind of sits at the bottom there less conspicuously, but I'm going to leave it there at the moment just so we can see what it's going to look like. And I'm going to glue on my outside. Nope, I'll show you the signatures first, how they're going to go in. So the signatures will literally just sit in here. So we'll have one in there, like that. So one in there like that, and then we'd have the other one over here. In there. Like that. And that's how our signatures will sit. I'm going to take them out because I'm going to possibly, if you can see here, if you're, how much of that you can see, if your elastics don't give enough room for your signatures, then they will start to bend your signatures in that middle section, and then you've got the risk of it tearing. So I'll probably keep the signatures down a little bit so they're not quite as tall. And the other thing I'm going to do with this is you can, if you want to, with your signatures, do like a 3 or a 5 hole pamphlet stitch to get the signatures together and then pop them in. I prefer to be able to be more flexible and remove pages at a time rather than signatures. The other useful thing to do is have a piece of card or sturdier paper as your first and last piece of a signature, because what that will do is it gives more of a element of it's a bit tougher wearing, and it doesn't get affected as much as it would if it was thinner paper. So I am going to cut those down in a minute just because I'm okay with that. But the next thing I want to do is I want to attach my lace. Now I'm using this lace here and I absolutely adore it. It's vintage lace I got from somewhere, and as I said, I absolutely adore it. So that is what I'm going to be using for this, and so I'm going to pop this on with some Fabri-Tac. I think it's going to be my best option for this. So I'm going to start by just popping some Fabri-Tac around the edges of the first piece and on the centre piece here, and then I can add a bit more down to these sections. And you want enough so that it sticks, but you don't want it, coming out all over the place. So that's my first bit. So I'm going to pop that, and I want it so the centerpiece is on the spine. So let's quickly pop that down. And before it sets, I just want to make sure that I'm happy that that centerpiece is on the spine. And then I'm just going to gently press that down there. And then while I wait for that to dry, I'm going to go over this other side. No point in even trying to, or going down the route of thinking about stitching this, because it literally is too thick to do anything with. Okay, so that's going to go on there like that. So that will be my front and back. And then what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on getting some card and gluing this onto the card. So I'll do that really quickly while that is drying. And I'm not being overly precious because I will be stitching around this. So I'm going to pop this on here, like that. And I'm going to quickly stitch around this. Okay, so I let the glue dry a little and then stitched. And I've just literally stitched around the edging. I'm going to go over the edges just with a little bit of vintage photo, just to age it a little bit, I suppose. And then that will go on here, and I think I'm going to pop it on like this, so it's slightly at an angle there, and it means I can, if I want to, put a book plate in. I don't like it there, but I do like it there. So I'm going to glue that on, and then I'm also going to finish this off, I'll be putting some book pages on, book corners, and chopping my signatures down a tad and popping those back in. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back to you, because otherwise you're just going to be watching everything I do and wondering whether there would be any... No. No. Nope. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've pictures on, I've put a book plate on, and because obviously I didn't want to go through the inside of this, what I've done is I've created like a card, covered it with fabric, put the book plate on that and opened the brads up on the inside of that, and then just glued that onto the front. So it's a bit of a, sticks out a little bit as a bit of a feature. And I've just added, I'm just going to go over that a little bit, just because it's quite bright, and I want it to kind of blend in with the other one a bit more. And I've just added just a little feature piece here. So that is the cover, front and back, and that is the profile from the top. And then I'll just cut that off because that's annoying me. And then you've got loads of room for growing here. What I did in the end is I just took my signatures down, just, you can see I took that much width, top off the signatures, and what it's done is this elastic doesn't pull up on either of the signature, top end or the bottom end of the signature, so it's a lot more comfortable. So that is number... well, I don't know whether it's number 1 or 2, it's just a hardcover journal, and we'll be filling that up, creating some ephemera and filling that up together. And then the other one, which I need to do now, is the soft cover. This is the bane of my life because, yeah, I just really struggle with... not so much struggle with, I just really don't like sewing in. Yeah, really not me, but hey ho. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pokey tool, and I am going to go through. Let me grab my awl, actually, because that's a bit firmer. Oops. I can remember where it is. And then I'm just going to grab that as well. I'm going through quite a few pieces of paper here, so that's why it's going to be quite tough, but that's okay. All I want to do at the moment is just get the holes in. And I've put the holes in the wrong place. Fudge. Yeah, I've put the holes in the wrong place. I wanted to go with the new. Red lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's done now, so it's done. We just make most of it. This is why I hate doing this sort of stuff on camera as well, because you always make mistakes, but it just feels a lot more pressure when you're doing it on camera, you know. Okay, so that the holes are there. I'm just going to go through them just a bit more to make sure I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to give them a really good piercing. So I can see these a lot better. Which always helps. Let's see where my tool is. Where did I put that then? I've got a I bought one of those things from Justine from House of Mahalo, and it's new PS. You use it for doing your signatures, and for the life of me, I'm in the middle of a complete sort out, and the life of me, I can't remember where I put it, which is really going to annoy me. So, hey ho, I'll just have to have a proper look for that later. Okay, so what I am going to do here is I'm going to fold this just along the crease line where those holes are, so I can use this for my signatures, so I know where they are. Okay, now I've got a T here because I know that's the top of my page. And I'm just going to check. I know with this signature I needed to take some of this off. So let's put that to one side a minute. And I'm just going to, I could have folded this one, but I'm just going to take some of this off, top and bottom. Now with this one, because I'm sewing these in, I'm just going to check that all the signatures are the right way and where I want them. Looks okay. And then I'm going to pop a paper clip on here so that they don't move. I'm going to do the same with this one, just make sure they're all the right way and where I want them. Yeah. People have been asking from my initial videos what paper pad it is, and it's from Stamperia. I'll try and remember to pop a link to it in the box below. But yeah, it's a really pretty pad. It's not one I would generally go for because I'm not into all the flowers and stuff. But it really is pretty, so yeah. Yeah, happy with those. I'm going to do all the piercing together because again I hate this part. So I'm just going to pop, and that's the top of my journal there. So I need to make sure these are all going to be the same. I'm going to put them in the same place. So I'm going to put a line here. So I know that is where the top of the signature piece needs to be. So if you see, I just line that up with that, and then I'm good to go with piercing my I wish I could find Justine's tool. Okay, that's one with 5 left, 4. Line that up again properly. Didn't do that one there. Okay, so 5 holes in that one. I'm going to do the same in this one. So I'm going to line this up with the top of my page there. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. One. Found it. Okay, so that one's going to be the top there. Put that up. Put that in there. The top. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was it. That was what I was on about. Cradle, signature cradle thing. Okay, so one of these is quite low to the bottom because of the way I did my measurements. I'm hoping that's not going to be a problem. But I'm going to use, I was going to use embroidery threads, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use waxed cotton. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2.5. I'm going to start off with the one furthest away. Just I think that helps me. Okay, so these are still pins, so they're still in place. I'm going to start by going through the bottom one, or the middle one, and then I need to find my fourth one across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to go through here like that. Then we're going to go up to the next one. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Start again. One through there. And through there. Then back through there. Back through here. That. And there. Then back through this one here. That. 2 in. Okay, so I have stitched the signatures in, which is my worst part, but there is room to grow. Should be okay with that. So you can see along here where I've stitched these in. I don't know whether I'm going to leave that or put something over that, but it doesn't, not overly bothered either way with that one at the moment. And then what I've done, I'm using the same picture for the front, and I'm using the same vintage lace as I used on the other piece, and it's really, really old. I've stitched the picture onto the lace, and I'm just now going to glue this onto the journal, and that will be journal. That will be kind of like my journal covers done, signatures done for my three new blue journals, because I'm doing another one off camera. But the ephemera I make for this one, or these two, I can kind of make some for the journal at the same time. I don't really want everything to be identical. I'd like there to be probably a little bit of variance. Not that they're likely to go to the same person, but so that is that. And I'm going to pop that on top of here like that. Make sure that's straight. Okay, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. So I'm going to let this dry, but this is my soft cover, and there's 4 signatures in that. And you can see the way the signatures are. And we've got that one, and we've got that one and that one. So there's loads of room for growth in this one. That is the front, that is the back, and we've also got an inside pocket in here for this one. I just need to put some embroidery floss on that, but that is Beautiful Blues is a kit I'm working on, so I'm going to call in the journals Beautiful Blues. That's the Beautiful Blues softcover. This is our Beautiful Blues hardcover. Just 2 signatures in this one. And I'm also working on another journal, which is this one here, using the same sort of fabrics, but with this one I've used an old book. So I've got loads of signatures for this one, and I've started filling those and doing some bits and pieces for them. But I'm probably going to do a hidden journal spine on that, I think. But yeah, they are the 3 journals that I'm currently working on. And as I said, absolutely loving them. What I haven't done, which I said I was going to do on this one, is I haven't put book corners on it yet, only because the ones I've got are awful, and I've run out of the original ones, so I'm going to have to buy some new book covers for that. But yeah, absolutely loving it. I hope you like them, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, as always, stay safe, be well. Speak soon. Bye for now.